Elizabeth. How are you today?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good, good. So tell me, what are some things you want to discuss today?
So I really want to work on my patience.
Okay.
So I'm very impatient a lot of the times, and I want to get better at that.
Okay. So could you tell me, what does having patience look like to you?
Oh, gosh. My mom is really good with patience. So she can listen to anyone, no matter what the situation is, all the time, and just be okay with taking time to sit down with the person and have any kind of conversation that they want, and going at their pace. So, and I know that I don't have that.
Okay, so is it that you want to be able to listen and be able to communicate with someone at their own pace and be okay with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say so much listening, but just being okay with the pace that they set rather than
Okay.
being on my time.
Right. Okay, so being comfortable speaking with someone at their pace.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. Okay, so can you tell me what your current communication skills are like?
Okay, yeah, my current communication is very, well, like ideal. I'm like, okay, just tell me what the problem is, tell me what's going on. I want to hear the facts, and then I'm out. That's like how I am as a person.
Okay,
So
so
that-
you're pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very straightforward.
Okay. So, what would be some benefits that you would see to your communication levels if you were to be more patient?
I think I could understand a person more. So I think with my impatience, I jump to conclusions sometimes, or I miss out on hearing an important piece of information that would have changed the story.
Right.
So I think if I have patience, then I'll see more about the person and like their thought process through things.
Okay, sounds good. So what are some things that you think could help you get to a better patience level?
Oh, time, patience. It's gonna take patience to get to patience.
Right.
But I think it's gonna take a lot of consciousness. So if I'm in a conversation with someone, understanding that this might not be what I want, but having some sort of like game plan of when I should try and expedite things, and then when I should take time to just sit down and listen.
What else?
For options of what I should do or what would work. I think having time, like for if I'm meeting with someone, giving them enough time in my personal schedule that I can sit down and actually like have a genuine conversation. So it's because I schedule everything by the hour, so it's pretty like go go go. So maybe if I had more free time, then I could give that to them and go in there knowing that I'm going to sit down with them.
Okay. Did you think of anything else?
For maybe I could ask more questions. So in a conversation, rather than just like skipping on to the next topic or subject, I could still dig deeper in whatever we're talking about. Kind of like getting to the root of why they're talking about it, what's their meaning behind it, seeing their thought process more.
So you listed some things that you would keep in mind of kind of assessing when is the right time to expedite a conversation versus when you should kind of dig a little deeper to get more of an understanding from someone. You also mentioned scheduling time and scheduling a right time to be able to talk to someone when you know you're not busy, so you're not, pushing to rush the conversation, so you feel like you have more time. And you also mentioned asking more questions instead of just jumping to what you want to be the root of the issue or the main topic of the conversation. So what are some things that you feel you could implement immediately?
Oh, okay. I think I could immediately schedule more time for people that I'm meeting with. So there. I could just have a block of time that I give to a person. But I also want to improve on just patience with short conversations. Like in the hallway, if I see someone, it's like, hey, all right, see you later. Like, I really rush the conversations. And so that's what, like, I need something for that as well. Like, how do I, maybe I could ask a genuine question. Like, just have one question on standby that I ask that person, that it's not just like a chit chat, but it's like, how are you doing? Like, what happened today? Or like, and then wait for that response. That could be a short-term one. But as for like serious conversations, I could just have a longer amount of time to meet with that person.
So can you think of some of those questions that you would want to ask for maybe a hallway conversation or a short term?
Ooh, yes. I could ask them, what's the best thing that happened today? Or I could ask them, I don't want to ask them like what they did, because that's just kind of like chit chat. But I could ask them, how's your family doing? Or what are you looking forward to? Any big plans or exciting plans coming up for you?
Mm-hmm. And what about for those longer conversations?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna ask them about their life.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Their life, and then follow-up questions.
Okay. And if you were having a conversation with someone that you felt they were maybe rushing it, what is some things that you may want them to ask you so that you feel like they're actually trying to take time to talk with you and understand you?
I'd want them to ask why.
Okay.
Like, if I say something, I'd probably want them to dig a little bit deeper. Like, oh, if I'm talking about my family, then maybe like, why did your mom do that? Or have they done that before? Or just kind of like, they asked about stories. So I can share a memory. Oh, yeah, I can share a memory.
And do you feel like sharing memories and asking these kind of more intimate questions, more deeper questions, or make people feel like you're really involved in the conversation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, when is the next time you think you'll be able to implement some of these questions?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes. So we're going to be in class or in school, lots of people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely have like a hallway conversation with someone.
Okay. And have you thought of a way to track your progress on this at all?
No, but I could document the number of hallway conversations I have and the way I felt about them. So like a tally mark, like if I thought I had patience and had an engaging conversation, and that'd be one mark. And then if I didn't have, she's like, oh hey, like how are you? What's up? See you later. Then I'll put that as another side. So see where my conversations are really going.
Okay. And do you see any barriers to achieving this goal? Anything that might make you retract a bit on what we're talking about today?
Let me think. If I don't have time.
Okay.
So like if I'm trying to get to a class or I have to do something ahead before the class, then I might not want to stop and talk. Just be like, hey, gotta go. See you later.
Right.
But I guess that would be more of like a personal decision, whether I just like nod and smile or if I stop and talk. Or I decide ahead of time, like, okay, do I have time to talk to them? Yeah, time is definitely a big one.
So how do you feel you could overcome those barriers so that it's not an issue every single time?
for time, maybe it's like if I'm leaving one place and going to the next, which is generally when the conversations happen, I can evaluate whether or not I have time to have a conversation, and if so, how many. So just figuring out before I leave the place that I'm going to go to, just seeing, like, beforehand, determining what I'm going to do. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think there's a way that even if you feel like you're pressed for time, you could still make someone feel like you're engaged in a conversation, even if it isn't as long, but that you still have patience for what they need to say?
I could start out with, hey, I don't have much time, but let me hear how you're doing.
Okay.
So I could start by like letting them know that I'm pressed for time, but then show that I'm still interested in hearing what they have to say.
Right.
Yeah, like that. I feel like that would be. I'd want that for them to tell me that.
Yeah.
Because then it could be their decision. Like, oh no, you go. We'll talk later.
Right.
It's like, but otherwise they'd be like, oh, that's nice. Okay. At least I like that. If they came up to me. That's actually a good catchphrase that I'll use.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so what would you say is your way forward after this meeting?
I think coming up with like one of those, just one question, having one go-to question to ask them how they are. I want to work on the hallway conversations, so I could start by saying like, if I'm pressed for time, I'll say, hey, I don't have a lot of time, but let me hear how you're doing. Like, what's, I think it was what was one of the options I gave for the.
So you said, what are some plans that you're looking forward to? You also said, how's the family? Little questions like that. What's the best thing that happened to you today?
Yeah.
Some of the things you mentioned.
Maybe I could ask about the family, so I can get to know people's family more and more. That might be a way to connect with them. It's like understanding their family. So that might be my go-to question. Like, hey, how's your family doing? Anything exciting? Yeah. So I'll start using that conversation in the hallway.
Right.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are planning to keep some tally marks
Yes.
for yourself? Okay. And are you going to review them daily, weekly? What sounds best for you?
I would say weekly.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that way it'll give me time to like build up a significant amount of conversations, and then I can see